connecting your brain and body with interactive games and tests. Why is there no physical activity in today's health physical? Trazer is an holistic technology used to rehabilitate, prevent falls, and improve sport performance. Trazer reports provide you, your clinician, your physical therapist, or athletic trainer objective data to make decisions on your health and performance over time. Measure what matters to change your game. Take the Trazer Challenge. Confidence, growth, connected by Trazer.
At Fusion Sport, we're all about driving human performance. We develop and support a range of technologies all designed to assist people to be their best. SmarterBase is used by hundreds of elite sporting organisations across the globe, and more recently has been used by the military and performing arts as well.
Our SmarterBase technology has at the heart of it an integrated and connected philosophy. What's different about SmarterBase is that it's truly flexible and self-engineerable. That really puts the power into our customers' hands, and it allows them to use it in unique ways that perhaps we haven't even thought of.
The rest of the field, but here comes Jemmy Stone.
What's going on, everybody? Your man Eric Wilson here for the Sports Arena. Yes, live on a Wednesday night. I got the crew with me, and we're going to keep the conversation going from Monday. So first and foremost, let me go ahead and get the entire crew in here. First, of course, our girl, Miss Megan Price from 806 and the Sip Off. Megan, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you. Let me get my brother in here, Mr. Tyree. Say it again. Every Tuesday night, not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube and also on iHeart. What's up, brother?
What's going on, bro?
How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I can't complain.
Awesome. And then, of course, we got our man, Sideline Sports, Cardiac Kane, Mr. John Shears in the building. Good evening, sir.
Hello. How's it going, my friend?
I'm well. Congrats on all your success, man. It's a beautiful thing to see you continually grind every single day, man. You like that Damon Johns book, Rise and Grind. That's what John Shears does. So Mike and Alex, I'm sure, they'll be joining us. Sometimes Mike like to be on that CP time. I tell him like he does. I love Mike, but he just on that CP time. So
he on that left coast time.
Yeah, I know, but he know what time it is. Anyhow, we got a lot to get to. I don't want to waste anybody's time here this evening. Let's start with the fact that the Stanley Cup Finals are going on, and one period left. Tampa Bay Lightning are up 1-0 against the Montreal Canadiens. So as the third period, I'm just checking to see when it's going to get started here. Not yet, but it's going to be a very interesting third period to see what happens. John Shear, I will defer to you, sir, when it comes to a lot of things hockey, because I'm still getting myself acclimated with the sport. I mean, I should know it by now, but we had some very interesting conversation on Monday night. But I do believe, sir, that the mayor of Tampa is actually going to be correct.
I mean, she should be. I mean, Tampa Bay is far and away better than Montreal. However, I still stand by my words that if somehow Tampa Bay blows this series, even if they go to Game 7, she's going to be sweating a little bit. Because, I mean, you can't say those kind of things, and you better hope Tampa Bay comes through all the way. You can't go to a Game 7 because those fans are going to be going crazy, calling for her name. So I still stand by my words, but I think Tampa Bay wins this. This is a typical Tampa Bay game, up 1-0, grind it out. Goaltender stands on his head like he is 1-0. So Tampa Bay should win this, but it's sports. It's a finals. Anything can happen. So I'm hoping Montreal can pull off this, so that way we get more NHL Stanley Cup games.
Yeah, but I think I think it is coming to an end here, sir. I mean, when I look at just some of the stats that are going on, they've each had 3 power plays. Montreal has had, excuse me, 14 shots on goal, while Tampa's had 19 shots on goal tonight. So like you said, it definitely is a Tampa Bay game, and I know the Amalie Arena is packed.
All 2,000 of them.
Hey, it's 2,000, and what they should, what they were allowing last season.
It's a Tampa Bay thing. Tampa Bay doesn't always, they don't typically fill up their stadiums down in Tampa.
Oh, whoa, hold on. They fill it up for hockey. No, sir. I'm gonna tell you right now. As far as attendance wise goes, in Tampa Bay, the Lightning, they will sell out a Tampa Bay Lightning stadium. It don't matter who they're playing. So.
All I can think about is when the Rays used to go to the World Series, and it was like half the fans were there. It was like half of the stadium
but that's
in
baseball.
World Series game.
That's baseball. Baseball is still young in Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? And even though the Lightning aren't that much older,
they had a lot of success. Yeah,
the Lightning I'm telling you, it's Lightning, then Bucks, then the Rays. Unless the Yankees or the Red Sox are coming in town. So,
Alex, is that true?
That's not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
The Tampa Bay Lightning are on the verge of winning their 3rd title and first team to go back-to-back since the 16-17 Pittsburgh Penguins. And you have to think, they've been the best team in hockey for 3 years. They were swept 2 years ago, and they had the best record.
We're talking about fan attendance, Alex. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, well, Tampa Bay has horrible fan attendance. That's why New Orleans Saints fans always talk about.
We're not talking about the Bucks. We're talking about the Lightning.
I'm talking about Tampa Bay. Here's what you need to understand. Tampa Bay is becoming Champa Bay, but fans need to be in attendance when it's good and bad times. One of the worst things about Tampa Bay is whether they're fair weather fans or not, they don't support the team until they're winning. Tampa Bay, you could always get a ticket. Now, all of a sudden, they sold out. The Rays, they had multiple years of just being horrible. Now, all of a sudden, people want to see what's going on. Plus, they don't want them moving to Montreal because you know about that rumor last year where they were going to move to Montreal and not stay in Tampa.
Yeah.
And now you got the Lightning, who's been a little bit more consistent than both of the other teams, but they just recently got this bandwagon of attendance and fans. Believe me, about 3 or 4 years ago, it was easy to get a Lightning ticket too.
No, I will disagree with you because the Lightning have been consistent throughout. Okay? The Lightning have been able to sell out stadiums. Like I said, it didn't matter who came to town. The Bucks, we know what the Bucks were for the last 6 seasons up until last season when Tom Brady came to town. All right. So right now, if you ask me, I still say the Lightning will get the most fans, followed by the Bucks, and then the Rays. And I think now listen, the Rays win a World Series this year. Okay, well then we can start throwing out Tampa Bay, as you call it, and we can start throwing out who's going to have more fans in attendance.
Well, remember the Miami Marlins when they won their 2 World Series, their fans still didn't pack the stadium. Even when they were in the World Series, their fans didn't pack the stadium. So it must be a Florida thing where, there's not a whole lot of loyalty whenever it comes to some of the teams in Florida. Like baseball and hockey aren't exactly like the prime sports down there. It's mainly basketball and football, hold the candle down there in Florida. Well, that's just the way it is in Florida. They're really weird. It's Florida.
Well, okay, Florida's a transient state, though. Come on, you ask anybody where they're from, they're not gonna say Florida. You may find
Florida is focused on college.
Guys,
okay.
You're missing one thing. It's hockey. It's a whole different breed of fans. So if a team moves to anywhere, Florida, I don't care if it's Antarctica, hockey fans will fill up an arena because it's a passion. It's not baseball. You're right, John and Eric and Alex. You guys are right, but it's hockey. I mean, look, I understand if you didn't watch it growing up or were fans of it growing up. For anybody out there, that's one thing. But you will not find a more loyal fan base when teams are losing. Like John, to your point, when and Eric, your point too. Florida is like Arizona. I mean, the longer you're here, the more you meet people that are natives. But at the same time, it's a bandwagon state, like I've always said, except for the Suns, just because the Suns are the city's baby. But outside that, like, there's a lot to do. But for hockey, it's a whole different beast. So that's the point. Hockey fans will show out in game one, and if their expansion team goes 0-82, they'll still be there till the last game.
All right, fair enough. Go ahead, John.
I was going to ask, are they supportive of the Utes still, or because they're losing, they're not very supportive?
No, I mean they're supportive, but the problem with the Coyotes, John. I mean, outside, well, everybody knows the ownership issue. I mean, they can't side with that. They can't get big free agents. I think Rick Tocchet finally had enough.
Well, when they were winning a couple years ago, were they supportive?
I mean, they were supportive from the time they got down here. I mean, in '96, because they were downtown. But I was going to say the problem is they're all the way out in Glendale, and if you're not familiar with the Valley, pretty much 70% of the fan base that has season tickets lives on the opposite side of the Valley. So with no rush hour traffic, they're like 45, 55 minutes away from the arena. So that's the problem with that. But yeah, I mean, even if they're not winning, it's still hockey fans and they go out. But yeah, if it's really, really bad, I mean, I'm with Eric. It's like Florida. It's transient. People will be like, oh, we're not going to go to the game unless it's a big visiting team coming in, like, say, the Stanley Cup champs and the Lightning from last year coming in, or Pittsburgh or Chicago, Detroit. You know, then you'll get more visiting fans. But it's not like baseball anywhere here, too. You're saying Florida as well, Eric. It's not like baseball when you'll get more visiting team fans in baseball. I mean, for hockey, it'll be pretty close, but there'll still be more like Coyotes fans. But it's just that's the issue. But fans for hockey will show out anytime.
All right, fair enough. So, I mean, like I said, as of right now, we're waiting for the third period to start. Tampa's up 1-0, and as Alex put in the chat, they win tonight, parades on Friday. Tampa Bay Lightning become the team to go back-to-back and win their fourth Stanley Cup championship. So, gentlemen, we're going to jump off real quick and take a real quick break because my brother Alex Fleming, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to bring you his perspective from the MLB side of things. So more with my man Alex Fleming and the sports arena. Be back in just a moment.
I'm usually not a fan of the MLB, but we're seeing something that we haven't seen in our lifetimes. None of us has been alive, except you're an old fart and shouldn't be watching the show, when a pitcher is leading in MVP votes and hitting. I'm talking about Shohei Ohtani. This is something we haven't seen before in our generation. Shohei Ohtani is not only a top-rated pitcher with a 3.82 ERA, but his batting is astronomical. He is leading the major leagues in home runs. Stop and think about that. When was the last time a pitcher led the league in home runs? Yeah, that's right. Very brief. He's special. This is a man who has a game plan for his entire life, from when he's going to have his first child, how many no-hitters he's going to throw, how many rings he's going to get, and what he's going to do his entire career. And he plans on retiring at 40. Shohei Ohtani is the only player to be selected for the World Series All-Star game in 2 positions. Yeah, as a pitcher and as a hitter, because he's just that cold. every time we see him play, we need to give him a standing ovation because we're seeing history before our very eyes. And he's so good, he's got an outside shot of reaching Bonds, Mays, Ruth, and other records. I love watching him play, and he's a silent killer. He doesn't need to talk trash because everybody knows he's that good. Pay attention to Shohei Ohtani. I think we need to invite more people from across the globe because he's special.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sports Arena. Your man, Eric Wilson. I got the entire crew here with me. Let me go ahead and get everybody back in. Megan Price, Ty Ray, John Shear, Mike Caratanudo, and, of course, Alex Fleming. So I want to keep the conversation going. And, Alex, thank you for that. Let me just say that has been truly missed, and I look forward to more of the perspective with Alex Fleming. But let's talk about it, because from our conversation from Monday night, and Ty, you weren't here, so I definitely want to talk to you about this. Since Monday, as you already know, stuff has come down about Rachel Nichols and the comments that she's made. And so, the fact that now we have found out that she will not be doing the NBA Finals. She still will be hosting the jump. But Malika Andrews will be stepping in alongside Maria Taylor with these NBA Finals. And Ty, I definitely wanted to get your thoughts on this, brother.
For me, I talked about this with somebody the other day. It's weird. It's weird to me because, ESPN, I think they did a bad job on this. And the reason why I say I think they did a bad job is because when the footage, I'm pretty sure they heard the recording way before we heard it. From what I was told, it was a year ago. So I'm pretty sure they heard this recording a long time ago. I feel like if they felt like the recording was so bad, why didn't they do something about it then? Why wait till now? That part doesn't make sense to me. If you felt like what she said, I don't really feel no type of. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle about what she said. You know what I mean? But if you felt like what she said was so bad, why not do something then? Why wait till now when it's exposed? Because now it makes you look crazy, like y'all knew about it, but you tried to hide it. Like it's a weird situation to me.
All right, so Alex, Megan, I mean, like I said, we had this conversation on Monday, we were all in depth on it. So, I mean, how do y'all feel about it? Megan, let me ask you, how do you feel now that Rachel's not in the NBA Finals? She's still gonna be hosting the jump, and but Malika Andrews is stepping in, if you will.
The more time I've had to think about it, I mean, I do really agree that, I think if she would have just stopped talking after she said this was part of my contract, then she wouldn't be in hot water right now, because anybody would be upset if something that was in their contract for them to cover was given away to somebody else. But she continued to talk, and it really kind of let out a mentality that some people didn't know she had. Now, I haven't been a fan of her journalistic style for a while, since the incident with Derrick Rose. So, it's sensationalism, and I don't think that has a big place in sports journalism whatsoever.
Can I ask a question? What happened? Sure. I mean, I'm not very familiar with what happened with Derrick Rose. What happened?
When he had his comeback game, when he was with the Timberwolves and he had a 50-point game, she was interviewing him afterwards and brought up his sexual assault case where he was proven innocent.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not a big fan of that journalistic.
I didn't know. That's why I asked. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Alex, I think you had the right phrase, what you said the other night. Eventually your darkness will come to the light. So, you've had 48 hours just like the rest of us. What are your thoughts on the whole situation?
I'm not letting Rachel Nichols off the hook, but she's not to blame. I remember what John said, that, unvideoed editings, that's actually illegal. Now, they had it and they knew how she felt, and you can't lie, that was in your heart. But on that same token, if you stop and look at what she said, did she lie? Other than the fact that she might be a little bit racist, which I don't think she is because she likes brothers. But other than that part, everything she said was the truth. Now, you know how this game goes. The young cats come in, the old cats get replaced. And Rachel Nichols has been on the scene for almost 20 years. So obviously she saw Maria Taylor as a threat. And number two, maybe covering Black Lives Matter and all of this stuff that happened in 2020 was exhausting. I'm not saying anything she said was a lie. However, how she said it was wrong. And the fact that nobody came clean. Somebody should have reached out to Maria. ESPN should have suspended Rachel Nichols, but none of that happened because they want to keep that gold standard. You know, like Disney is unflawed, and they got exposed. And now you have a brand new star, Malika Andrews, who we should be celebrating, who now gets an opportunity that originally held and was held down by Rachel Nichols. I believe justice has been served because we're used to seeing Rachel Nichols in the finals. And now we're seeing Malika Andrews, a fresh face. As far as I'm concerned, I wasn't necessarily offended. I was more disappointed.
All right, John?
Yeah, so something we didn't talk about, because I didn't get you guys' perspective on this. I'm not going to take the show a different way, but Mino Hassett called out Woj about stepping on black careers at ESPN. And apparently he doesn't get along with the black athletes of the NBA. And so apparently he's been trying to step on those players in the NBA because they don't get along with Woj. So that's something that, you know, with this Rachel Nichols thing, stuff like that's been breeding other things potentially, like what apparently has been happening with Woj, which he got called out on by a former ESPN employee, Amin El Hassad. So it's this culture that's created in ESPN. I mean, I said it yesterday on my show. Yeah, there's a reason Dan Levitard left. There's a reason Jamel Hill left. There's a reason Michael Smith left. There's a reason all these minorities, these people that are not white, that don't look like me, are leaving ESPN because the culture, look at this culture that's being created, and they know what's happening behind closed doors. And there's a reason that they're leaving the biggest sports network in the world. You don't just leave the biggest sports network in the world for no reason. There's got to be stuff going on. Clearly there is. And, you know, I mean, look at what maybe Rachel Nichols didn't create this culture, but whoever's, you know, running ESPN, I mean, there's a reason, like I said, these minorities, you know, won out and they want to go elsewhere, maybe for less money, but at least they'll be happy.
He had a tweet, the same guy you're talking about had a tweet that said that ESPN creates a culture that there can only be one female reporter who is in the lead, and that they created that atmosphere.
That's crazy.
Okay,
that's sad.
So based on that, what you're saying is then we should see Erin Andrews all the time, because, you know, when we talk NFL, we'll see her, but I see Stacey Colbert up there.
Right.
Well, Erin Andrews is with Fox.
Susie Colbert.
Susie Colbert. Thank you. I'm sorry. But you're right. Erin Andrews is with Fox. But I mean, so it's like,
but there's a reason she left. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, she also had some outside circumstances.
But also apparently ESPN didn't quite back her up when she had her things going on as well. So there's that.
I know we kind of put that organization on a pedestal, if you will, as okay, if you can sit there and say that you work for this network, then you quote unquote have made it. But I mean, we've still seen so many people leave this network and still have success. Now, whether it be because they were on there and their following just went with them, or because of their own journalistic ability and everything that they have, you know, fought to earn and get, they've got the respect they deserve, they can now make the transition. So go ahead, Mike. Hold on, Mike, you're muted, brother. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was just going to say, Alex, she's not the one that said about Black Lives Matter being exhausting. That was Middleton, and he said me too and that. And yeah, she did laugh. But I will say this from the beginning, and like I said to you guys from the other day, like, I just think that Yes, ESPN creates it. And if anything, again, I don't feel that she went after Maria Taylor. And you guys know how I feel. The other night, I just said she should have been an adult and called. She could have vented to her friend Mendelssohn, a friend of hers. That's fine. But she should have called Maria Taylor and been like, look, I don't understand what's been said to you. Like, let's talk like adults, because John made the point of it being high school drama. And I completely agree. But I will say this, that like it puts Malika Andrews in an even worse spot, because there's going to be the facts out there that think, well, she's getting it because if you read the articles, Maria Taylor, wants other people there, and Malika Andrews didn't put the work in, which she obviously did. But like Alex said, take it away from Rachel Nichols. If it's in her contract, it should be a suit. And if anything, to answer Ty's question, though, ESPN didn't say anything, because if anything, she's calling ESPN sexist and racist, not Maria Taylor, and it's pitting them against each other, which, again, if Maria Taylor doesn't want to talk to her after it all came out, I guess I understand. But like I said, as an adult, man or woman, like we talked about the other night, I'm going to forward with you. So I just think ESPN's acting like NCAA, they're just being reactive. And I'm not saying, again, saying Rachel Nichols is right, but at the same time, Maria Taylor's not in the right either with the way she's treating Rachel Nichols, because they haven't talked. It's both their faults. I blame both of them equally. And like I said the other night, I wish it would have been bad enough where they actually would have bought the best NBA host back in Sage Steele, because she's better than both of them. Sorry. Like, she's better than both of them. She knows her basketball. Like that. I mean, to me, that would have been the best thing to do. Although, of course, now if you do that to Sage Steele after what I just said, it puts Sage Steele in a bad spot, because now it's like, now I'm stepping on not even their toes, I'm stepping on both their feet. But she's still better than both of them. So, I mean, if the higher-ups at ESPN can't realize that, I can't help them.
Mike just wants Cheryl Miller and Sage Steele to cover all the NBA.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I've had a great
We're focusing too much on the drama. We shouldn't even be worried about the drama. Everybody has drama. Every team has drama. True. This is inside ESPN house drama. This is only a story because it's the NBA Finals and it's Rachel Nichols and it's white on black crime. This is not a story.
Okay, well then in that case, let's end it like this.
This Woj thing is getting nobody's talking about that while all this is happening as well, which that's a pretty big thing in and of itself.
And I think after the finals, we will. I think after the finals, John, that might be the story that comes out. But to Alex's point, you're absolutely right, sir. I think we need to take time and focus on the positive in this. And the positive in this is another young black female journalist is given an opportunity to cover the NBA Finals and be seen on a global level. And I think we need to celebrate that. So you know what? We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to get into the NBA Finals, Milwaukee versus Mike and Megan's Phoenix Suns. More with the Sports Arena in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Sports Arena. I got my girl Megan Price from 806 and the Sip Off, Alex Fleming, Florida Sun, and the NSPN Network, Mike Caratenuto, Believe in the Pac-12, John Scheer, Sideline Sports, Cardiac Kane, and my man Ty Ray from the Say What, Say It Again sports talk show every Tuesday, 8:30, Facebook, iHeart, and YouTube. So let's get into the NBA Finals, y'all. Let's focus on what's really going down here. Game 1, advantage, Phoenix Suns. Congratulations, Mike. They did what they were supposed to do. They beat them in their house. So give me your thoughts on Game 1, Tyree.
Oh, man, Game 1, I know I talked to Megan a little bit last night. We kind of was messaging back and forth a little bit. With Giannis not being 100%, even though I think he was probably still about 80, 85%, you know what I mean? Drew Holiday has to play better. Chris Middleton didn't play bad. He could have played a little bit better maybe. But Drew Holiday, you had 10 points. You dang near had the same amount of points as P.J. Tucker. Brook Lopez outscored you. I mean, they just, I don't know, man. I think maybe I got to start buying into what Mike's been saying. I think Phoenix might just have their number. I think that, hey, look, I don't want to get my hopes up too high because I feel like every time I get my hopes up high with Chris Paul, something bad happens. He gets hurt, COVID, something crazy, you know. But like I say, man, you know, Chris Paul's from just a couple of hours away from where I'm from, and I really do want them to win. I really would. I think that's great for the NBA if he wins. I think that's a great. I mean, I think it's a great storyline either way. If Giannis wins, I think that's great because you got a top 5, depending on how you view him, top 10 player that wins a championship. That's great. But for Chris Paul, I think that it's the best narrative the NBA could have, considering the Nets was hurt, the Lakers, the Clippers. So I mean, I think this is the best narrative they could have. I mean, I don't know. I hope we get a competitive series, though. I do. I hope every game's not like last night.
All right, Mr. Fleming, you're shaking your head, sir. What's going on? What are you talking?
A fly was messing with me, but I actually have to disagree. Now, Mr. Tyree, you said that we had an 80% Giannis. I don't want to misquote you. You said 80.
I said about 80-85%.
Okay,
I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that. So let me drop some knowledge. Mr. Shearer Monday night said that whenever Giannis plays against Mr. Ayton, he averages 33 points and 12 rebounds. A hobbled 80% Giannis had 20 points and 17 rebounds after missing 2 games. He leads the NBA in the playoffs when it comes to double-doubles. So if he's not missing a game, he's averaging a double-double every damn night. You notice that when Giannis wasn't in the game, Drew Holiday was ultra-aggressive in the paint. Look for that to be a primary factor in game 2. I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying it again. Jesus Christ, Budenholzer, why are you not attacking the paint? Take away DeAndre Ayton, and that team is small. You got Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo and Mr. Portis, who are all averaging about 6'10" to 7 feet. They're weak down in the paint. And don't allow Booker to get going. You notice that he got to the free throw line. Yes, but he wasn't shooting and hooping like he was against the Lakers. As a matter of fact, that's 2 series now that he hasn't been really hooping like that. The only real problem I see on the Suns is that damn CP3, because that man is balling out of his mind. He wants a ring, but there's an easy way to fix that. If you take the ball out of Chris Paul's hands and make everybody else have to score buckets, Suns don't scare me. And once Giannis is 100% and he starts beating up Ayton down low, that was a preview that we saw last night. 100% Giannis, it's about 30 points. Now you add that extra 10 points, we're talking about a different game. Oh, and by the way, they had more 3 points made. They had more rebounds. They were sloppy with the turnovers. Milwaukee is in this series.
But yet honestly, looking at the game never looked close though. Like to me, down the strike, if you looked at the third and fourth quarter, the game never looked close. I don't give a dang about what the score says. But if you're watching the game never looked close. Like I never felt like Milwaukee was about to win the game. I never felt that way. Like looking at them, like every time I looked up, it's Chris Paul making a play. It's Cam Johnson hitting the corner 3. It's Cameron Payne doing something. Like every time I looked up, like I never, like outside of probably the first quarter, I felt like the Suns was in control of the whole game.
Do you remember?
Go ahead, John, and then I definitely want to get the mic because he's just shaking his head left and right. But go ahead, John.
Do you remember what happened in Game 1 and Game 2 of the Nets-Bucks series?
Yeah, they got
remember that?
They got smacked up. Then Kyrie got hurt, though.
I never – and they still got killed by the Nets, both games. Still got killed by the Nets despite James Harden getting hurt, despite Kyrie getting hurt. They got beat by, 40 in Game 2 or something like that? That's with no James Harden. And I never felt that the Bucks were going to win either game. But what happened in that series? The Bucks came back, won Game 3, they won Game 4, and they won the series. So I'm not going to overreact. It's just one game. I still have Bucks in 6.
Mike, you at the drive-through? Hey, man, give me a 2-piece and a biscuit. What are you doing over there? I think he froze up on me.
I think he
froze up on us. We'll get him back here. Megan, go ahead. Give me your thoughts, please, on this game and just what you're thinking, because like I said, you are one of the two who, you were about this. You were about Phoenix. You were about Phoenix. So,
I think honestly, John just proved my point last night. I made a post that Giannis should have sat the rest of the game, and in fact, I don't think he should have played game one at all. And I had tons of people come on my post, and they were saying I was crazy for saying this.
That's a good point.
I think your point right there, losing game one or game two, they're in Phoenix. That's expected. They're going to win their at home games. What you need
why
to
is that expected? I'm sorry.
Because home court
advantage.
Higher seed,
home court advantage. It's just you're expected to hold serve on your court.
Who sets
don't
that
get me wrong.
expectation?
Don't get me wrong.
That's what I want to get to. Who sets that expectation?
Look at the win percentages for teams at home in the NBA Finals.
I get it.
Thank you.
But can we change that narrative? Because I'm just tired of people always saying.
Well, once those numbers change of road teams losing the NBA Finals, then that'll change.
All right.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
Megan. I apologize, Megan.
It's okay.
That irritates me when people say that's the expectation. This is the NBA Finals. If you don't get up for each and every single game, I don't give a damn if I'm playing in your house, my house, Megan's, John's, Alex's, Ty's. I don't care.
You also got to remember it's a feeling out process. So they kind of feel each other out, and then once you start feeling each other out, the first game or two, that's when the coaches start making adjustments, and that's when the real game starts. That's when the series starts. When you switch back to the other team's court, game 3 and 4, that's when the adjustments have to be made. You really have to start putting your money where your mouth is.
Adjustments,
Eric,
are you just from a coach that don't make adjustments?
Eric, are you just upset that the Bucks
down
made
2-0?
Eric, are you just upset that the Bucks are in the NBA playoffs? Because I remember back.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it. James Harris, say it again. He's a Cowboy fan, so any chance he gets to start talking about, Eagle fans not knowing what the hell they talking about, James, go sit down somewhere. I ain't even messing with you.
But John, you got to act like Kyrie getting hurt didn't have an impact on that series, though. Because I think if Harden or James I think it's a different series. But go ahead, Mike.
I don't think so, because guess what? Game 1 and 2, they still got their butts beat by the Nets.
And did Kyrie play in game 3?
But I'm saying they got beat by 40 in game 2?
I didn't ask you that.
James Harden?
Did Kyrie play in game 3, yes or no?
No.
Did he play in game 2?
He played and they smacked him.
Yeah, exactly. But James Harden
What are you
wasn't there.
talking about?
James Harden wasn't there.
All right, forget this. All right.
Go ahead,
Ty. Forget the Nets and the Bucks. First of all, I know I get crap when I say I quote Shaq, because unlike any of us, he was a dominant big man and could bully ball anybody down low when he wanted to. Second of all, Mark Jackson last night made the point 3 or 4 times, which I've been saying, not that it's rocket science because I've watched a few Suns games this year. They have the best wing defenders in the league. And when Cam Johnson was Giannis scored points on him, but Giannis worked really hard to get points on Cam Johnson, who stole the ball from him once and had another knockaway at another time. Cam Payne's getting to the rim at will. Like Ty said, the Suns are the deeper team. A healthy Giannis does make a big difference. I said that Monday, Alex. I agree. But the Suns with Chris Paul, you guys make it sound so easy. Oh, guard the pick and roll better. Funny, nobody's done that. The Lakers allegedly have the athletes to do it. Couldn't do it the last 4 games.
Y'all love mentioning the Lakers.
The Clippers. No, hold on. The Nuggets. No, Ty, I'm going through each series. Ty, I'm going through each series. The Nuggets tried it. Obviously didn't work for the Nuggets. And then the Clippers try to play dirty bully ball with Patrick Beverly. Again, fine. You want to shove Chris Paul and apologize. You're nothing but a punk. Your team deserved to lose. That being said, everybody's trying to defend the pick and roll. And when DeAndre's doing what he's doing, there's nobody guarding him. Brook Lopez. Oh, yeah. So cool. Leave Brook Lopez out there, because we saw what a rag doll he looked like when they switched, when the pick and roll came out, and then he's on Chris Paul. Chris Paul's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So, again, the Suns are the deeper, better team. If people don't want to realize it, I'm cool with that, Eric. I'm fine with that. Call me a homer, especially when it comes to my Sun Devils. Not so much for the Suns, even though I know I got the orange on. But anyway, that being said, their wing defense and Mark Jackson hit on it all the time. When Cam Johnson comes in, the dude in his first minute and a half of play had 6 points. Okay, I'll take that off the bench. Sarge tore his ACL, and again, that does suck. There's a lot of people here saying, oh, they don't need Sarge. Look, the minutes he had, to Alex's point, the minutes you get coming off the bench, he actually had decent minutes. And when he wasn't rushing shots, he's still setting good picks. Yeah, he's not as big as Ayton. We all know that. But he's setting picks. He's getting open. He's hitting little jumpers. He can hit a three. So that is going to be a big miss. But they're still deeper. And, yeah, Giannis, again, when DeAndre Ayton was guarding him, what did Ayton do, though, Alex? If you watch the game, you saw he hung 5-6 feet back. Giannis did hit a few threes, but he built a little bit of a house too, because I'm like, please shoot the three. And Giannis shot the three and bricked it. So, again, I'm not saying the Bucks can't win a game, but I'm just saying the Suns are deeper and they're better on wing defending. And PJ Tucker, to Megan's point, again, he has some good things, but inconsistency. Ty, you said it. Alex, you said it. Drew Holiday and Middleton. Middleton had a decent game, but if he's gonna perform like that, the Suns are gonna roll him.
See, the thing that's frustrating to me though is the Suns are deeper. I guess to me they shouldn't be though, because when I look at Milwaukee's roster, now I'm not saying they're not, Mike, but I'm just saying when you look at Milwaukee roster, Middleton, multiple-time All-Star. Drew Holiday was an All-Star in Philly, and to me, I think it depends on how you view him, but I think he gets paid like an All-Star. Brook Lopez has been an All-Star before. He was a dominant big man for a pretty long time in the NBA. I mean, with the Nets. That was a long time ago. I mean, it was a long time ago, Alex, but I mean, it was a long time ago, but we've seen glimpses of that in the last series. Did we not? Mm-hmm. We've seen glimpses of it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, PJ Tucker, obviously he just fouls and plays defense or whatever. But, I mean, Jeff Teague, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jeff Teague has been an All-Star before in the NBA. You know, and Jeff Teague is somebody that doesn't – I don't know why he doesn't play. To me, he maybe should play a little bit more. I like Forbes. Forbes is a knockdown shooter. He doesn't play Forbes. He doesn't play as much as I think he should. I think Bobby Portis should play a little bit more, honestly, especially when Lopez is getting killed.
Tyree, everything that you said, not one lie. But what does this all circle back to?
Coaching.
Budenholzer.
Thank you.
Coaching, yeah, I agree with you. I don't, but that's what I'm saying. I agree with what Mike's saying. He's saying they're deeper. To me, they shouldn't be. But I mean,
Ty, when I'm saying deeper, I'm saying off the bench. I'm not because you put some starters in there. I'm talking the 5 starters. 5 stars is one thing, but once you hit the bench, I'm sorry, Milwaukee doesn't have a bench player like Campaign. I'm not saying Campaign is sitting Mr. All-Star, Mr. All-World, but what he does in his role, he blows by people. And then you got Cam Johnson coming off. You got Cam Johnson coming off the bench.
T can do the same thing though, Mike. If given the opportunity, I feel like he can.
And again,
I feel like Brent Forbes shoots just as good as Cam Johnson. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Shout out to Tyler Ingram because he read my mind. Good coaches like Popovich, Phil Jackson, and others, they make the necessary rotations so that way you can have the matchups. Budenholzer is not making the necessary rotations, and that's how the team was down 10.
Oh, it's funny because that's what I said about Monty Williams. I said Monty Williams, because of your guys' point, all playoffs, Monty Williams is the better coach then. To your guys' points, all playoffs, Monty Williams is a better coach. He'll make the better adjustments, and their pick and roll is the best in the league with their depth. Good luck, Milwaukee.
I agree with you. I'm not, Mike, I think you're thinking I'm disagreeing with you.
No.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you what we see and what it probably should be. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's move forward then to game 2. Megan, I'm going to start with you and then let the discussion just flow as it is. And John Shear, definitely please get in here on this one. What are the expectations? What are our thoughts? Let's analyze game 2. Because now we're saying – Ty, you're saying 88%. Alex, you're saying 80%. Whatever percentage Giannis is going to be at, we expect Giannis to play. So Megan Price, I'm going to give you the floor, and then gentlemen, please follow. What is the expectation with regards to game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks?
If Giannis would have sat out game 1, I would have expected him to be 100% better or close to 100% better in game 2. Now, he put up a great performance, not astronomical. He put up a great performance in game 1, 20 points and 17 rebounds, but he's been averaging 28 points per game. And so in a game where you lose by 13 points, how much of a difference would that have made? But if Budenholzer expects to keep his job, he absolutely has to do some different rotations with his bench. Like Tyree was saying, Portis and Forbes need more minutes. Portis has played very well in the last series, and Forbes definitely needs more minutes as well. He's a great three-point shooter. And since they love the three-point shooting so much, why do you not have one of your best three-point shooters in the game? I expect Milwaukee to win this game, but I think it's going to be extremely close and could go to overtime. This is one of the 2 games that I expect them to win, and that's this game.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree.
Oh, yeah,
I agree with Megan's assessment. That's why she is doing the sip-off and the host of the NBA Carousel, because she knows what the hell she's talking about. Giannis wasn't 100% and still had a hell of a double-double. Middleton was shaky. Drew Holiday got most of his points in the paint. Look for that to be an emphasis in game 2. They found a weakness in the Suns' armor, the paint, because they can't protect them down low. And I think a healthier Giannis is going to be a little bit more of a productive Giannis. Oh, and the word of the day, like Sesame Street with the L, steals. Look for Milwaukee to be very optimistic and very choice selection on when they pick and try to get the steals. Look for them to guard the pick and roll a little bit differently, and look for them to have a nice 7-8 point victory game 2.
Me personally, I don't think you're going to see closer to what Megan is saying about Giannis until game 3, because game 2 will be tomorrow. Game 3 won't be till Sunday. So I think by Sunday, he'll be as close to 100% as he'll get throughout these playoffs. So I think Phoenix wins game 2. I think Devin Booker is due for a big game. He hasn't, similar to what Alex said, I can't remember the last time he's really had a good game. You know, Chris Paul had a good game in game, I want to say 6, and then he had a good game in game 1. So, I think Devin Booker is due for a big night. Look for a big night for Devin Booker in game 2. Can't hear you, Mike.
No sound.
You're not on mute either.
No, he's not. His AirPods. There you go, Mike. You good.
All right. Sorry. I was going to say that I see what you're saying, but like the one player I haven't mentioned either, and who had an absolutely terrible game. I mean, Booker, I agree with you. He was like 8 for 21 last night. He still had 27 points. And Jay Crowder was the only person that missed a free throw. I mean, they were 25 or 26 or 27 from the line, something like that. 25 for 26 from the line. But Jay Crowder didn't make one shot. Sorry, that's not going to happen all series long. So I understand. I didn't say you're disagreeing with me. I'm just saying when you look at the Suns play and with Chris Paul all season long, and again, hey, he came down funny on Lopez's foot, which he was in his area. He came back and played strong. So I don't know. It's kind of knock on wood getting old hearing about, Chris Paul gets hurt. When any player hurts a hamstring or rupture, when Kobe ruptured his Achilles, I don't think anybody said Kobe's injury prone. Your Achilles just ruptured.
It didn't happen in the playoffs, though, Mike.
Well, I know, I get that, I understand, but I'm just saying in general. But when you look at Crowder, I mean, not having a good game 1. I mean, Ayton obviously had a big game. I mean, crashing the boards, the pick and rolls. Booker, again, the turnovers. Chris Paul's not going to turn the ball over. We know that. Chris Paul will not turn the ball over. Now, Devin Booker has had issues with turnovers and, again, not shooting the best, but still had 27 points. So, again, he straightens that out, and Crowder hits a few threes. Again, the fact that Paul is playing and Campaign can come off the bench, to me, that's just the advantage for the second unit. Plus, what Monty Williams in his coaching thing he's done all year, and I've said to you guys, is once Chris Paul comes off the court, Devin Booker stays. When Devin Booker comes out, Chris Paul comes back on.
Lightning, back-to-back champions.
Hey.
Trying to tell you, John. That's why you bring it back.
They're only 17 mil. They're only 17 mil over the cap. It's all right. Break the rules. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. No. Hey, look, I picked Tampa to win. I can't say I'm Montreal, but when next year Jersey's going to smack Tampa around. But that's
maybe the NHL will actually follow the rules.
Well,
it's a gentleman's sweep. Gentleman's sweep.
Absolutely. And they got to win it in Tampa. But if you look at what Monty Williams has done all year and just that bench, I mean, Frank Kaminsky, again, it is the regular season. You guys don't have to remind me of that. But him coming off the bench, he's able to hit a few threes. He's able to set some high screens. Defensively, I mean, if he's on Lopez is probably going to throw him around a little bit. I mean, that's an issue. I mean, at least Saric had that little bit of toughness. I mean, it does suck. He tore his ACL. But if you look at what Monty Williams has done and what Chris Paul can do, and Devin Booker not even being hot and Crowder not doing that, to me, again, I like Milwaukee. But you guys, I mean, look, I thought Milwaukee was going to win it all too this year. And the more I watched and we had these conversations, Middleton is too inconsistent. I like Middleton a lot, but Drew Holiday not showing up doesn't help. And then when you come off the bench and Phoenix's bench is just getting all over the court and scoring, I mean, to overstate the obvious, as you guys know, it makes it tough to win.
I don't know if I've ever seen both of them on at the same time.
Right. Ooh. I agree.
Holiday and Middleton, like it's like
yeah, right.
It's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You're on mute, Alex.
I think Holidays had maybe 2 to 3 good games in the playoffs. Every other game
3 against the Nets. Game 3 against the Nets. Holiday and Middleton were hot.
Okay.
I know game one. Holiday had a good game. That's the only good game I remember him having though.
I mean, I'm like 2, maybe 3 games in the playoffs. Has he been really on what he's paid?
Wasn't
to
it
do?
game 2? Wasn't it game 2 against Atlanta?
Now, game 1 he had like 30 something, but they lost.
30, yeah. All right.
But they lost. Yeah, but they lost.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been talking about Milwaukee because I don't have a whole lot of criticism of Phoenix. I think Phoenix is going to win this series, and I really, really, really think it's time to move on from that coach there in Milwaukee. Like they're getting outcoached in every aspect.
I actually agree with Megan Price. If Milwaukee loses this series, Budenholzer deserves to get fired. They're being outcoached. They're not outmanned. They're outcoached. Game 1, they were outmanned because Giannis wasn't 100%. Giannis is going to be close to 100% tomorrow night. If they lose by double digits, they're getting outcoached.
I dig that 806 Sports Cup that you got. That's really nice. I like that.
Oh, you see how she does that? That's her subliminal way of letting y'all know.
That's a nice cup.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And as Alex said, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Let's see what the Rays do coming up this postseason, and then of course Alex's prediction of as he says, they're gonna run it back, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm taking all bets.
We know. Oh, believe me, we know.
We only betting on the Dallas game.
I think DiVincenzo will help Milwaukee out a whole lot right now.
No, absolutely. He's a great shooter.
And shout out to Avery because he said that the mayor will get reelected.
Man, tell him career over for Avery, man.
You gonna do a career over the guy who does career overs?
I gotta get him. I gotta get him every chance I get, man.
Wow. Alex, he's taking that bet from you as always. Avery, you might just come on the show. We still waiting. Y'all keep running from each other.
Want no smoke. He want no smoke.
He said Avery will not repeat.
That's right, Avery. Good call, Avery. He doesn't need smoke. He just speaks facts.
Hey, you know what? When I win that bet, I'm gonna make Avery grow hair. That's gonna be my punishment for him. He's gonna have to grow hair.
Don't listen to him, Avery.
How many of us on this show have hair?
Yeah, aside from the beautiful Miss Megan Price, the rest of us, we gotta keep it. No.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna make Avery do the hair club for men. We keep talking.
Oh Lord!
You're gonna make him put a rug on his head.
There you go,
ladies
and gentlemen.
Like Vandross.
Wow! Just stop! Wow! Big Luther. You gonna make him do Big Luther, not Little Luther? Just Big Luther.
Oh wow!
Believe in the power of love.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, what is hashtag OAV?
He meant to say OV.
Oh, okay.
And apparently James is buying Avery need to be president. I guess James going to try one for vice president. No, we can't let no Dallas fans run the country.
Yeah, baby.
I'm moved to Canada now, man.
Good. Oh, Avery, run.
John,
Avery, I'll get you elected.
John,
get him out to Canada.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Good. Go to Canada.
If I didn't move in the last regime, I ain't moving now.
I just can't. I can't let James be vice president. No,
because
the White House gonna be white and blue and everything. And
when I run for president and Megan's my vice president, we win. It will be silver and blue, baby. You're gonna be there every week. Every week we're gonna have special guests, and you gotta wear silver and blue as well because the president said so.
Mike, there's gonna be a female president one day. I'm just telling you.
Fine,
She on the way.
I'll be your vice president.
We already
That's
know.
fine. As long as it's blue and silver.
Already know.
I'll be your vice president as long as it's blue and silver, and Eric has to wear blue and silver. Oh,
Mike,
God, that'd be the
stop,
best.
Mike.
He
I
said he
look
wanted
good.
to.
Okay, it's like Will Smith in Men in Black. I make that look good. Okay,
That's fine, but you don't want to be in it. You don't want to be in it, so
it don't matter though. You missing the point. You're missing the point.
Look, you can just assume that it's the Panthers. Don't they wear silver and blue too?
please.
There you go.
John, here's the point that
That's a
Mike
different
is
type of
missing
blue.
and that Mike forgets.
It's still blue.
You know what
Blue is
team?
blue.
You know what team wears those colors? It's my alma mater, Penn State, bruh. So guess what? We are.
That's why you're gonna wear a Micah Parsons
Hey,
jersey,
we
the
got your
Cowboys
boy,
jersey.
Parsons.
Yeah, Micah Parsons, baby.
No.
Yeah.
No,
He
never
said
happened.
no.
I'm still laughing at the Eagles for messing that up.
Hey. Watch your mouth.
Hey, you still got midgets at receivers. It's all right.
Watch your mouth.
That's
We
right.
trust me. Football season, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let y'all know. Football season is gonna be real. I don't even know if we're actually gonna be able to have a legitimate conversation. I really feel like when football season rolls around and the six of us doing the sports arena are together, it's just gonna be like barroom wars.
All right,
That's
Megan,
what it's gonna be.
Megan, you get your 5 minutes before because I'm sure everybody's just gonna jump in front of you like this.
We
No,
will
because
always-
Megan, hey, when John starts talking about the fish, when they start out 1-6, we'll see how much we see John.
Bro,
That's
you
okay.
play the Bucks week 1. You gonna get smashed week 1, like opening night. So I don't even want to hear that.
Hey,
You know how
John, that's what I
started
was
this
going to
sip
say.
off? You know how I started the sip off? The Cowboy season was just awful. So I was like,
Right. Oh, I know. Believe me, Eric knows
like
She drinking hard at the beginning of that.
Nice. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Megan's
how I
going
started
to
the
be
sip off. I
able
was
to
like,
have her.
man, the Cowboys make me want to hurt myself. I'm going to just
Megan,
throw it in the
Eric
basketball.
knows this. By week 3 of some seasons, I sent pictures of me just having full bottles of wine and pouring them into a glass like this big. Eric's seen that. Like it was by week 3, and I'm like,
I found a video on my phone, and I'm just hitting the Hennessy bottle, crying.
This is how I see it, guys. This is how I see it. And it's this simple. Megan's going to be able to talk the first 5 minutes, and then I get to get rid of 2 Cowboys week 1. Because once Dak goes down with another injury,
here
I
you
don't have
go.
to hear
You know
him.
what? I can't wait till
Megan.
you know, just because you send bad juju,
It's a
I
great
can't wait till
preview.
Micah Parsons snaps Tom Brady in half, and then every single Bucks fan will say he should be
fair.
suspended forever.
To
He
be
should
fair, nobody
suspended
touches
forever.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, when he snaps him in half and gets thrown out,
Wait,
I mean,
that's
doesn't
not
he have the
true.
quickest? Doesn't
That's
he have the
not true.
quickest release
Brandon
in
Graham
the
got to
NFL?
him.
I'm not worried
That's
about
not
Tom
true.
Brady.
That's true. That
my
is
bad
true.
Brandon Graham got to him, John. When it mattered the most,
Yes, he did.
Brandon Graham got to him.
Yes, he
That was
did.
probably the only sack of the game, by the way.
Chiefs
It
ain't get to
was,
him.
but it was the one that was needed. So
Last year when they lost to the Rams in the regular season, didn't he get punched in the mouth quite a bit? Throw some picks because he couldn't take the rush from Aaron Donald.
They won the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
And-
they did. You're right. They
And
did.
and it's not going to be Tom Brady that kills you, like Alex said before. It's going to be that run game that you can't stop.
Oh, that's fine. But
I
when
already
Micah
said it,
Parsons
they're going to run
snaps,
for.
hey, they're
They're
going to
gonna
have
run
to
for
run the ball
250 in week
because
1.
after Dak goes down and then Micah Parsons snaps Tom Brady in half, then they're going to have to run the ball.
Okay,
so
can we
good.
stop?
Alex
This is
brought
the
that on
problem I
himself.
have with Cowboy fans. Your
we
stop?
defense
I know.
is Swiss cheese,
Can
and
we
y'all
stop
are
with the
running your
injuries?
mouth.
okay, you know what? Let's stop with the injuries because we're not wishing injury on you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
don't want injury to Tom Brady.
You're right.
I
I
don't
don't
want
either.
injury to Dak Prescott. Why? Because I actually want to see some legitimate football. I don't
Right.
want
I
a
mean,
team.
Dak's already bow-legged.
Hey,
Alex, stop it. Stop it. Okay?
Why you looking
You're
at
a-
that man? Why you looking at that man bow leg, man?
Alex, you are a champion. Act like one. You know, stop it.
That's
You
what
know
happens when
better.
people. That's what happens when people's not used to winning, man.
Clearly.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? When
When's the
they you know, when
What
they're not used to winning, bro, they just don't know how to act.
Well, what about yours?
John, you can't even talk in this
Well, you
conversation.
said
John,
you're
what are you talking
Hey,
used
look,
to
hey, look.
winning.
Y'all going into
You were
I
born in
didn't
1972.
speak
You
up.
weren't even
I
born
just
in
got here.
1972. Yes, you did.
You don't
All
want
you got is
You
season
don't want
one,
to
72.
That's it.
I didn't run my mouth.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
gentlemen,
okay.
This is why I love
I'm
this
just
sports
chilling.
arena.
John
This
won't
is
even
who we
allow
are,
his
and this
team
is
to
what
win.
we
Stop
do.
it,
This
John.
is a
So
preview
for-
to the football season right
Yes,
Hey, raise your hand
exactly.
if you seen your team win a championship.
Were you old enough? Weren't you
I was
like
old
10?
enough.
Weren't you like 5?
I was old enough. How
Ten
old were you?
pounds,
How old were you when
remember?
Miami won?
I'm just as old as you.
What you just got was a preview of what the NFL season is going to be like here on the Sports Arena. So one of my favorite lines, and I love saying T.O.'s line all the time, get your popcorn ready, because the six of us will pull no punches. Mike, Megan, I don't know if we're going to do a show week 3, because it's Monday Night Football between us and you guys and me. We might as well let Alex and Tyree and John
We should do a live show. We should
A
do
live
the whole
reaction
game.
show.
Live reaction show.
Mike,
I don't think you guys can get a word in on each other.
Mike, you don't want that.
I do. Oh, I so
Mike.
want that.
Y'all are gonna be like,
Okay, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, time out. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have a common enemy right now, with the exception of Megan and Mike. We have a common enemy: John, Alex, and Ty. James Harris, say it again. Just called all of our teams trash.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Who does this man? Who does this man root for?
He's a Cowboys fan.
He likes the Cowboys.
Didn't they win 6 games last year?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
all right.
still lost the division.
So you know what?
That's all I need to know.
Hey,
Because
I don't
he
pay
just did
attention
that.
to bums.
Because
All
he
right,
just did
Cowboys
that.
aren't even on our level.
I'm gonna take a
Win
page
double
out
digits,
of.
then talk.
Hold on. Just because he did that, I want to take a page out of Avery's book. So if y'all will excuse me for one moment. Oh, it's about to be that time. I'm fitting to do it. Ty, you could clip this and put it out there later. Okay? Avery, you can say whatever you want. Career over, James Harris. Don't come at me with no bullshit talking about your damn Cowboys. When your Cowboys ain't done nothing since before I even hit puberty. All right? I don't want to hear nothing about your damn Cowboys. And until you could come to the table with something more than Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott, you can't say nothing to me. I don't care if my team is in your division, but when we whoop your ass week 3, don't come crying. Don't come crying. Okay? Because I don't want to hear it. You show up at Raymond James. This is mine. Okay? This is mine. He gonna lick their wounds come week 1 against Tampa Bay. Because see, now I was trying to be neutral. Real talk. I was like, oh, you know what? It's Tampa, Dallas. I ain't got a horse in the race. I just want to be neutral. But you know what, James Harris? Career over. Now week 1, I really hope. I don't wish nothing on Dak. I hope Zeke get punched in the mouth by Levante David, by Ndamukong Suh, or by any of them defensive players. I hope they just put him in that what's that thing he did on Christmas when he jumped in
the Salvation Army.
Put him in there. Put him in there and let him put the lid on it.
Zeke's not even going to be in the game. McCarthy only knows how to play Pollard anyway.
Career over. James Harris. Talk about some Cowboy fans going to do something. Come see me week 3, James. That's what I want you to do.
The Eagles are going to beat the Bucks too, Mr. It doesn't matter because when the Bills punch the Bucks in the mouth, it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Just ask him if Dez caught that ball.
The Cowboys beat them week 1.
Just ask him if Dez caught that ball.
Why are you bringing that
Mike, you need to be drug tested.
I'm sorry. Dez didn't catch it.
James, come on with it. Come with it. I want that bet. I'm gonna tell you like The Rock. Just bring it. I want your Rudy Poo candy ass. Come on, James. What you want? Come on, James. I'm gonna talk. See, y'all. He did this. James Harris brought the Philly out of me.
Yeah, see, you were being neutral. I thought I bought it. Now, just because somebody says something rattles you up, are you kidding me?
Mike, you don't know me for 12 years. You don't know me for 12 years. You know there are certain things that I will tolerate for a period of time. But see, James Harris want to talk, and that's all he want to do.
See,
the
Eric,
E
here's
in
the difference, though.
hold on, one last thing. The E in James Harris stands for Eagles. That's what it stands for. Go ahead, Alex.
Eric, this is what you have to understand. He's mad at me because he knows the Bucks are going to wax that ass. He's actually being honest with you. I think Dallas is going to hurt Philly this year, bro.
Whatever. Ain't going to do nothing.
He said whatever.
Whatever. Y'all brought this out.
I don't think Philly going to be as bad as everybody
I'll buy you a bottle of Hennessy if y'all lose.
There's a lot of talk about the worst division in football.
Because look, I was just drinking the Hennessy last year against y'all.
You love us or you hate us.
Yes.
You can't
these Dolphin fans are ridiculous. They just became relevant.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
I said the entire division is
time.
the worst division in football. And we're spending all this time on the worst division in football.
Have 2 winning seasons back to back, then let's talk.
Yeah, but division
ladies and gentlemen,
you won. You had a winning season last year, right?
We got to get at it.
Nah, we didn't.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
But
Appreciate that.
I've been able to see my team in the Super Bowl, though.
We got to get out of here.
How'd that end?
Tyree, my man. Say it again. Tuesday nights. 8:30, Facebook, iHeart, YouTube. John Shear, Sideline Sports, Cardiac Cane. Great writing, my brother. Keep doing your thing, man. Mike Caratanudo, believe in the Pac-12. The only man who thinks he can beat me in bowling. And yes, you are a Cowboys fan.
Oh, it's gonna be fun bowling. We're gonna
Alex
have fun
Fleming,
time.
Florida Sun. Articles are about to drop, ladies and gentlemen. I got the inside scoop on some of these exclusive articles that are fitting to drop. Get ready. Always thought-provoking, always insightful, and most importantly, is real as it gets.
Yeah, we got to pull up in Tampa, Avery. You're right.
And finally, our
We're all
girl,
going to be there.
Megan Price, who puts up with the five of us, 806, covers the Dallas Wings for the WNBA and the sip-off and the NBA carousel. Man, this is why I love this group. And man, Eric Wilson for the Sports Arena. We going to talk to y'all next week. Real quick shout-out. I'm going to confirm it this weekend, but I will not be doing the show Monday. Our girl, Miss Ruth the Truth, Kekias, will be filling in on Monday of next week. And then Wednesday of next week, Alex, John, and Tyree will be hosting the show conversely because Miss Megan Price, Mr. Michael Caratanudo, and your boy will be in Las Vegas for the WNBA All-Star Game. So, man, expect a lot of stuff from the six of us because we just getting started. Everyone have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Oh, wow.